Okay, something seems to not be working at the moment. Oh, I think it's fixed, meaning um, quickly check something again. Hello? Hello? Okay, more. Just this. Okay, hello, I'm back for another quick stream. I say quick because I think the only thing I want to change today is the head. Or more specifically, I just want to give it some texture. I'll throw all these more stuff in one document. The rest of the body, I mean. So we can focus on the head more easily. Which will be mostly just I think it will mostly just be drawing on top. Let's see, which colors do I get to work with? The original should more brownish green hair, but in this version she has more completely green hair. How would brown even look like? For me to go to all the way to this shade, that would be completely the other side of the road. I can do two things. Either I make her hair all glowy, that will give that spectral feel to it, or I keep it consistent with the rest of the body. And I'll have to figure out what I want to do with the head. I will probably... I want to redraw the head. Oh, hello there. Let's first go with trying a glow. If I can find a good color to represent a nice glow. Okay, I don't know if this will do it. Oh, hello there. I am him. Golden Kid. What? No, man, I don't agree with those allegations. But more importantly, I haven't seen you in like 20 years, my man. Where have you been? And I also haven't seen you in Subby stream in a while. And I don't think light green quite work as well as I hoped. It's kind of works. But it doesn't contrast neatly with the gray armor plate. Today's stream will be a bit short because the only thing I want to do is the hair. Okay, yeah, I had to make sure Mars is safe for y'all. Oh, thank you, man. Who did you fight? Was it a tough guy? Well, they're just for inspections and shit. Oh, just inspections. Did you find something interesting, like life forms? Or even water? Is life livable? No, I don't. The light green is not working for me. What if I make the whole hair light green? No. Okay, went there just for inspections. Yeah, I did. Surprisingly, there are humans there. Only humans or also other creatures? Were there any dogs, cute puppies, Mars puppies? That's what I want to know. That's the only reason for which I would ever go there. They repopulate really weird though. Elaborate. Okay, I may gonna try a different color because I'm not fighting with this light green at all. What if I use this darkish bluish green? Okay, I think each is slightly better, but it is a bit hard to see. So what if I make the hair a bit lighter? Oh, and dinosaurs as well, and about every anime character ever. Well, Japan created them. Every anime character ever. Does that include a Yamada? Or Sakamoto? Okay, wait. How would I outline it? I can do... Oh, I cannot do an indirect outline instead, actually. But only anime characters or also other characters? Because now you're making me curious over here. I think one thing I can do is a little trickery, and that is by taking only the hair and if I can find the right buttons. So, instant outline. Well, I will have to do some tweaking, and more importantly, I will have to give it an actual color. which should be not this one. Okay. So did you watch the solar eclipse? Okay, I need to simply clean up all this jaggedness on the sides, and then I'll have a technically working hair outline. It's not super good at the moment, but it should work. It will just be a lot of erasing. Oh no, did you leave? Because now I'm alone again. What did I want to talk about anyway? I think I want to talk about an idea I had, that being actually regarding the solar eclipse. I had this idea of making a short story where the gods blinded the people of below using the solar eclipse, because staring at it will leave you worse off. So a little story about it seemed like a very fun idea. It will be presented more as a little mythological take rather than a literal. Something like Apollo and his sister got very upset by the humans, so they came together to create a blindingly light, and the people that dare to look up fell into forever blindness, losing their ability to see. Forever. It's more of a idea I have right now, but if I can word it a bit more interestingly, it will be a very fun addition to my game's overall lore. At least I think it would. Making the back transparent so I can just use that immediately whenever I need to. Another thing I have been thinking about, something I will most likely commit to, is including Ringo as one of the characters. Now, you may not know who Ringo is, but there was a small time last year when I used this Apple character as my profile picture. And that Apple is a Ringo, an hypothetical character that I once made up. But I didn't really have a story for her, other than that she is royalty to a certain degree. To what degree? Who knows? But now I have an idea to actually use her as a character. But I thought that just making her all high classy wouldn't be that interesting, because I already have another high classy character, that being Henry. And Henry the vampire, is already snobby enough by himself. So I figured I didn't want to make Ringo just a Henry number 2. So how can I make a high class character interesting? And that's when I had the idea of, what if I make Ringo a murderous murderer, killing people just for the fun of it. And that seems like a strange thing to pivot to, because all my other characters aren't really evil or murderers, and if they do or have murdered, it's not necessarily in an intentional, evil, malicious way. But that's exactly why I wanted to do it, because it adds so much contrast to the rest of the cast. Having a character that's literally just evil for just the sake of being pure evil. It will be a bit annoying in terms of the serious notes of the story though, because I talk a lot about death in the story, and I don't want to make her killer attributes overshadow what the other characters are actually going through. So I have to find a fine line between making her all trigger happy while also, you know, while also keeping her a bit of a fun, quirky character that makes you go, huh? And one story I had with her, I haven't written a lot of stories yet, but one story I've written is, if I can remember, it's from my head. She often invites people to her to her mansion to drink some high tea. That is, drinking tea and eating some cookies and stuff. Usually for a conversation. But she doesn't just invite people just to have a nice chat. No, she only invites the one that piques her interest, whether positive or not. If you get an invite by Her Majesty, the Princess herself, declining is not an option, but you may wish it was, because when you drink that tea, you may feel fine at first. You notice what happens, but she stares at you, and then you notice something. Blood spilling from your mouth, consciousness slowly fading, and the princess looking all pleased at what she has done. As to her, your life doesn't matter. You're just a pawn in her little game. And might you try to kill her before she can you is a hard task, because many have tried to poison her butlers, her mates, but she is not one to just easily back down. She will take the apple you gave her and eat it straight up and stare at you right in the eyes as you chews on the poison without seeming to care. Because what you have failed to realize is that she's immune to everything, and the poison you tried to hand her just added a little bit of extra flavor as far as she cared. A moment of amusement for her, but terror for you, as you know it will be only a moment before she will do to you what you tried to her. What would you do? Would you try to take her out anyway? Go straight for her with a weapon? Would you just accept your fate, that you have failed and that you cannot touch the princess herself, because she is an unstoppable force of nature? I don't know what I would do. I think I would just give up. Just accept my fate and hope that her punishment won't be too horrible. Probably will though. I won't even attempt it at all. You don't just go around trying to take out your own royalty, especially not with all the people behind her. But you know, in tyranny, there will always be people that try, but few have succeeded. And in this case, you most definitely won't either. How much? You may try to do so anyway. Okay, let's see. The hair is there's some gaps on the side. But it is neatly outlined, so that's a good start. I will first have to fix the gaps, which I will do by first taking we'll do that by first taking the cap, the hedge, and it will be easier if now I draw it in blue so I can easier see if I got all the outlines, got all the color right. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to do two things. One, I need to connect the head better to the hair, and two, I need to make it look more like a head. And three, I need to give it the right colors. And four, I need to I want to duplicate the head for a moment, but one without the cap part. I'm also not sure if I will keep the notes, because I don't know, man. I'm not quite vibing with it. Okay, did that work? Almost. I missed a couple spots. The being and okay, I think that's the duplicate head as I need it, combined with the duplicate hair. Okay, let me think for a moment. I think what I want to do is a little, if I remove the head, then I will do a little gray sketching. Now I will use blue sketching, and I will turn on back the background so it's easier to see what I'm doing. Okay, if this is the eye, that means the forehead is approximately here. That means her head is approximately like so. That is approximately how big her head should be. Meaning that her, well, actually, if her hair goes like so, and her head is I need to make the hair here on the sides more inward. Okay. Or I need to make the head bigger. Okay, I think I know what I need to do. I need to make the head bigger, and then I will have the space I required. But it also requires me to redraw. Okay, this is more of a sketch idea of what the head would approximately look like without the hair. Meaning that if I take another color for better representation, there's not a good color palette to work with. Let's go with nice pink. Okay, that means approximately here would be the mouth. And approximately here will be the nose, with the ears something like so, and the eyes something like so. How would that look if I take the overall? I think I would like that better because it would make the proportions feel less awkward, at least in my opinion. I just like characters with very big heads. But that's just me. And then heads always have decent amount of forehead. It's like a third of the whole head. And this is where the hair will fall. So if that's where the hair falls, the bandana will fall approximately like so. Doesn't have to be a perfectly straight bandana. Okay, for the bandana I will have to look up some reference material though. Because it will be a bit difficult for me to draw something without good point of reference. Well, then again, I think what I draw here looks fine too, because the bandana will go here and then nice loop ends like so. So if I take if this is the eye area, I need another color to represent the eye. So this the eye. Cannot represent the eye at the moment because every color blends in together. So if we take the overall body, move the sketch, we need to increase the size of the hair and completely ignore what we are going to do is we're going to take this hair, make it a bit higher to approximately here, and then I'll have to redraw it at some point. I mean, redraw the parts that are a bit cut off. Increase it to approximately over there, and fill in some of the dead spots, the blank spots, to make it clear. And I will redraw this part of the hair sometime later, so I'm not going to worry too much about it looking a bit off. So with that, if take the sketch again, the eyes are up here, and what we need to do is we have to take the face. I'm just going to completely delete the face for that matter. It will have a new place in a moment. It's just a temporary smile. Don't think too hard about it. And the same with the nose, it will be just a bit of temporary nose. But I'm removing the smile, it's creeping me out, man. Okay, I think the reason it feels odd is because I haven't drawn the head yet. Let's first just go with representation of TIs. Don't worry, this won't be the final version of the eyes, but it will be pretty cool if it was. It's more of a representation, so I have an idea of where they are. But why are they so thick? Okay. This is a lot better. Now they are a bit smaller. And I just need to find the right size. And the overall look compared to this version, well, mouth is a lot goofier, but otherwise I need to delete this part. Oh. And I need to make a head. Not that head. I'm going to completely redraw the head entirely with black. But fortunately I've an outline that will give me some guidance on where I need the lines to be. Nope. All roads lead to a bit of a curve slope slowly down to this point where there's a bit of ball shape. Ladies. Okay, the last one wasn't quite it. in there we have a new version of the cap, but is it good enough? Okay, let's see. Well, that's how far do I need it up? I think I need it approximately here, but I need to redraw some of the hair. Or not, I think having the hair covered completely is also fine. Okay, if we look at this picture for reference, it's completely covered. So it should be fine if I just cover part of her face completely outright. But compared to the sketch, face goes here. I think the problem is more the hair. The hair doesn't give a good job on where the flow of the face is. So I need to draw a bit of the ear for reference. Okay. The flow of the hair needs to be adjusted and being more along, either hiding behind the face or along with the face. So, where's the face? Or maybe if I completely get rid of this hair. and redraw the complete facial structure. How would that work? No, that's not usually how I draw anyway, so let's not do that. So to quickly think for a bit, how do I fix? What if I take version 4 and paste in here? Compared to version 4, if I want to give version 4 a higher face, problem is there's no clear line in this version where the ear would be, meaning if I compare to my old work, oh, someone is in again. I'm trying to figure out how to do the hair flow in proportion with the face, because right now what I'm seeing is that I may have to completely redraw the hair or partially, because there's the cat. Also, she doesn't look the eyes, man, those eyes look so weird. I think I want to just get rid of those eyes. Okay, that creeps me out a bit less, but I try to make her face a bit longer to see if that would work out. But I must say, not quite satisfied with it. But something I can do instead is I take this part, colored it in, and then take the hair okay, wait, now what I want to do is increase this size of the hair, that would, so if I do this, making it a bit wider from the original version. Then color it back in. The hair will look a bit white, I think. Well, maybe not. If I can if I make this part more inward, and then have a slow, and then somehow have it connected to over this. Like so. It would look more correctly. It's more of a rough sketch though. But it also would make the hair feel more thick, feel more defined. If it goes a bit out instead of completely hang on. Instead of a completely thin like I had before. Oh, and then once more I have to connect the hair. Oh, wrong color. And over here too. Then color it all in with the lighter green. Makes your hair feel very long. But I think it might be what is needed to make it feel really messy, like a pirate. And also would explain why you cannot see her ears, because they would be covered up by all that fake hair first. Okay, someone chose I am blinded. That's just correct. Okay, where was I? So if we go back to the sketch, if I can find it. It should be decently accurate to what it should be. So this one going in a bit, and then have this drawn to be more in line. So it feels it's the wrong color. So it's a bit more. Subtle the shift from a bit thinner to inside cap to all thick outside. And compared to the old design, yep. If I turn off the sketch, it is looking pretty decently. Like in a bit. Okay, I've returned off. Where was I think I want to make the hair even longer, going even further past the chest plates. Here we take this for reference. Eyes, ears, small face. If I compare this to my old version, it makes my old version's hair look very thin. But I did like the absolute darkness of it. I don't like this person's smile at the moment. It's making me feel comfy, I'd say. Okay, so what I want to do is I think what I want to do is to just to completely redraw the hair from scratch, because I don't think I can make it work if I keep the hair as it was. So if I redraw it completely, how many viewers do I have at the moment? None. In total I have like 3 views, I think. 5. Okay. I will probably end the stream in a bit though, but I do want to make the hair at least a new version of it. Gold banana, slightly new one. Alright, that is what I will do. We'll draw a new version of the hair. Okay, for reference, these are the old hairs. I can keep it close to her face as original versions, which is more going past her face than actually covering it. For that I will first have to establish where the face is, because this is not super correct. And How far did the hair go? Not that far. Okay, the hair needs to go approximately here. Before I will add in the swirlies, I'll first establish the overall shape of how the hair flows. On the other side, the hair goes more to the back, so since this you can turn on the cap for reference. Since this the cap, would be more like so. With a mild hint that it goes to the other side. With this, on the other hand, it first has to pass past the face. A nice swirl, just fun. Before it gets really, really thick, as it goes over this part. And this part needs to be so. Turning off the it doesn't have the swirlies yet, but I will include that in a bit. But in there would go something like so. The face will be a bit lower up. And her eyes slightly covered by the hair. That is approximate. Then we have to head will be approximately underneath the cap, and the cap should be approximately correct then. And in terms of the ears, I haven't drawn them in these previous versions for some reason, so we'll just make an approximation. What this part should look like if I don't draw the ears. and then we can color, well, color this one in, hopefully. Apparently not. Okay, apparently not, because there are some holes. You know what, I will just use this tool to fix some of the holes. That's a lot easier. Where's the body? Is it? No. But there's some nice stories. No. 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 Oh, here. Okay. With new version of the hair, I have to look a bit away for a moment. It misses all the nice swirlies that I will now try to reintroduce. Okay, I don't know if this is the right approach. No, I don't think this is the right approach. The other swirlies just were a bit more natural, because they, instead of following, because they followed more the flow of the head shape rather than the flow of the hair. So if I do that instead, I will try to make it flow the head shape. Uh, this also not quite working for me. This one works for me somehow. Okay, what if I think I'll just keep this one, but make some minor changes. Because otherwise, I don't know. Also make it all dark because I can. What needs is some hair that goes down here as well. Because one thing to note is that the hair really goes super far under. Something like so. Then making some little adjustments to the original hair. Making some little adjustments to this version of the hair so it flows a little bit better. Merge with layer below. I'm removing this so this swirled underneath can flow a little bit better. This one I'm also removing, and same with this one. Instead I will draw a very big new one underneath. In terms of the hair on top, first of all, it needs to be thick enough that no ear would be able to poke out. trying to get the swirls in these spots is a bit tricky because I don't want them to be all completely swirly, because I need to have enough space that I can get the rest of the hair working. Okay, this part I need to delete, so can fix it, and hopefully end up with a situation where I have some nice pieces of hair that give that swirly feel without being too overly exaggerated. So, do I need to change something here? Compared to this version, I need to make this one at the end more exaggerated, something like so. We'll move this one for space and make this version a little bit better. Now I have the space, I can do so. because this part feels a little off. So I'm going to redraw that a little bit. And the more I think about it, the more I think I won't do any changes to the hair. I mean, I won't give it an outline. That's what I want to say. Normally I give my hairs outlines, but I feel like with this ghostly look I'm trying to go for, it is not necessarily needed. Or at least I cannot find the right color at the moment. If I do desire to give her an outline, I will, of course, but for now I think this should be it. No, this one should be a bit more inwards. Same with this. And okay, that means the only thing I'm left to do is, besides the face, is giving up, fixing the cap. Yeah. Fortunately, I have a lot of other drawings I can steal the colors from. I think I will steal the colors from. I can find her, this character. And hopefully I get to don't miss any. And of course the right color. And I think that's about it. Do the shade color, but I will do that in a bit. First I will need to do some small adjustments. That being getting rid of all these double pixels. I'm not going to worry too much about um, the looks. Because what does matter, man? Okay, I will probably try to stream it next week. Because, I don't know, man. I'm more interested in working on my story, writing than doing drawing streams. Drawing streams are fun, but, well, they keep me from my goal of writing and also my goal of reading. Okay, next up is the inner line. Means the all this but without some of the inner parts. Draw. No. I think the better option was if I didn't spray it all. Instead, I just going to draw it on top. Will be a bit taking a long time, but hopefully the result will be cool. We'll just go around, every bit where I drew pixels. Guys, oh man, I can't zoom in further. Because this way, even if I don't directly texture the drawings, I wonder if there's an easy way to do this. There probably is, but I don't know. Okay, this part's gonna take me like an hour. In the meantime, do I have a story to tell? Well, tomorrow I will go to the bookstore and get the book. Well, not the bookstore, the delivery point of DHL, I think, because they were meant to deliver today, but they didn't. Instead, they said, "Oh, sorry, we couldn't find you, and so I'm going to some place to store the package." Even though I was home the whole time, patiently waiting. Yeah, it's not a complete disaster or anything, because I wasn't planning to read it today anyway. And I don't mind going out. It's just like 2 minutes cycling. It's not too terrible. It's just a bit annoying when you expect something, then they don't deliver. Because if they just said straight up they were planning to put it in the retrieving zone, that I have to get myself the package. And that's like, okay, fine. It's more the fact that I only find out like after I open my email. You know? Can I do this with the line one? I think I can. It hopefully in Fury it will go a bit quicker this way too, because I need to place mostly alliance anyway, and in Fury it would lead to less likely mistakes, because these are perfect lines, so they don't really need free-handing. Now, right now the cap still looks a bit plain, but that's because I haven't textured it yet. And this one line in the back I will keep dark to hint at the fact that it's further away. Oh. Now when there's 1 pixel left, I like to close it up, because that's often how shadows work too. Shadows aren't a perfect one-to-one. to real life. Instead they are a bit fluid, doing their own thing. It's weird, but also kind of interesting. Next up is a bit of pattern. I don't think I used pattern. Yeah, I used some sort of line pattern, but I will do the pattern on another layer. Let's see, which brush can I use? Nah, those short to thick. That one I already used. Okay, I think I have an idea of which one I want. If I can find it, that is. Otherwise, this hard. Stems are also nice. No. No. The Kirsch special. Oh yeah. That indeed is quite special. Special too. This one, actually I may go with a special 2. Bricks diagonal. That's fine. Bricks large. Oh, I have an idea. What if I used bricks diagonal? Yeah, I think that's an interesting idea if I use completely different styles. But for that I will need to reduce the... Actually no, I think I like this one. This has the same texture as Kiwi's tie, I think. Yeah, it does. Fabric or something then. Yeah, it kind of looks like fabric, I suppose. But it's not that interesting. Vertical, it's the same, but... Wave. What about waves? Oh, interesting. Weave. I like wave better. Zigzag. That is also kind of wavy. But how was wave 1? Wave 1 is more separated wave. Zigzags is more just one continuous wave. Dots is always a good choice, just a good classic. Checkboard small. Oh, okay. Bit too small maybe. Diamonds. No thanks. I think I'm a bit leaning towards wave. The others are... Yeah, I'm going with waves. This one. Zigzag. Now what I need to do is I need to include that one bend, this one. And I don't even need to do a very big one. Just one that gives the idea of a bend, but doesn't have to be super specific, super detailed. I mean, I think I'll just keep it small too. Going behind, then if I turn that back off, having it colored, but since it goes behind the hair, I need to make sure I delete parts that would not be seen. Actually no, it's wrong. I think I'm going to not draw this one. Instead, draw it on the upside over here. Give that a little knot that goes somewhere. I'm still not quite sure on how to handle the hair, because it is not an outline at all, and the others are. Well, oh wait a second, I think I have an idea. What if I check the hair and find the hair layer and color it? The color doesn't matter too much, because what I want to do is, what if I give it the 50%. Okay, hmm. Okay, yes, I will go with that to 50%, but I need a better color to represent it. One that screams a bit ghostly. To 20%, and somewhere in between 30%. Okay, okay. I see the potential, but I need to well, I need to find the right color. That is what I need to do. Because it's very hard to find a color that mimics the darkness of the green wall. Not overshadowing it. Oh yeah, I can play the complete contrast game too. Just have the bottom all dark blue instead. And set the brush to 10. The top can stay green. Set the brush to 30%. Now set the brush to 20%. Once more, set the brush to 30% to get some detailing out for some specific parts. Underneath the cap bit. No. Yep. A bit of 50% at the bottom. Or I'll transition to a actually I think I want to make this whole thing 30% and just make part of it 50%. It does let me outlines. Let me think for a moment. Do I have viewers? I sometimes occasionally get a couple of viewers, but they also soon disappear, it seems. Okay, let me have think for a moment. Eyes. I need eyes. But now, since this all, which one is the blue is a darker. So what I can do is I can make the outline all blue. Okay, I think that's the last thing I will do for this stream, and then I'll quit. Yeah, I think that's the last thing I want to do for this stream. On the topic of folklore, okay, this part will take forever. That's the only thing I can say about it. It will be easy if I don't have to stare at the... Oh, it's the wrong layer. Don't have to stare at the body the whole time. You just have to follow the lines and we do some tweaks if I so desire. And this dark blue makes the tips also nice and dark, by the way. That helps a little bit with the ghostly look I am going for. Maybe a bit unintentional, but intentional or not, if it works, it works. You can also do this part off stream, because frankly, next hour or so, nothing will happen other than me placing pixels over and over. I may have to delete some of this part. I also may have to redraw some stuff. Oh. Well, we're getting close to the end, so because now it's mostly just top part. I mean, it will still take me forever, but close to the end than others. We'll draw the outline underneath here to give a nice illusion of that. But I will continue on here, but because to me the outline is not just about clarifying where lines start and end, but also as a form of indirect shading. Well, they serve both purposes depending on the need of the moment. Oh, and in the current needs, it doesn't need to be epic. Okay. Close. We're close. We're close. But close is often not close enough. Okay, I think that's it, right? Yeah. Well, besides the eyes, I have basically finished the portrait, I think. If I compare it to the older version, by old version I mean last week's version. Oh yeah, last week's version had a better mouth. But I like the head shape a bit better in the new version. Don't like the mouth though. Dang. I need to give some facial features to make it really stand out. You know, now I think about it, I think I can find it. Where is it? The mouth layer. That is all the way down here probably. Yeah. I need to copy the old head. Copy. And now we have version that is pretty good. What is missing though is we'll throw this 2 in a folder because the body is in its own folder, and I will throw that also in its own folder. Makes it easier to distinguish the two. Okay. The only thing I'm missing are the eyes. So I think I'll quickly look around if I have some good eyes available. Here, layer 2 on top. You can see it's ironic though, they are the same height, but the difference is this one is a bit taller and breasts are a bit lower, whereas this one breasts are a bit, breasts and the shoulders are also a bit shorter. The only thing missing are the eyes, and I think that's it, right? If I have an extra layer for bow, don't know what I pressed. Eyes. And do I have some eyes I can steal from another character? I'll check and then I'll end stream. I can still find its eyes. Maybe these eyes are a bit too. Manly, but well, okay. There appears to be skin in the way. Okay, there appears to be some skin on this layer. We'll remove that first. I'll also remove well, not remove, just to recolor these eyes to be more in line with this drawing. Again, remove the nose. And I think move these parts too. And I think if I position them a bit center-ish, that's right here, and then should be pretty high up. And they should be closer to one another. And the center-ish, they are 1 pixel off. The face underneath needs to be set. The facial features underneath here needs to be set a bit higher up as well, so they align with the actual face. I think I can redraw too, I think. Yeah, in watch. We'll just redraw the face at all entirely. We'll save, and then let's see. Something like so. And a big smile. And of course, blushes. It will be just on the sides. It's a bit hard to see where I need to place the blushes with all the hair in the way. Now her mouth creeps me out. We'll draw the mouth once more. Just use this. Or maybe with black. Yeah, okay. The problem is this mouth is just too low. So if I make the mouth just a bit lower, I meant to say too high. If I make the mouth lower, that should fix. Yes. In terms of where's my outline test? Yes, here. In terms of where I should be, they should be technically somewhat higher. But I think I'll keep them a bit lower so we can actually see them. Also, something else I need to fix is the random strands of hair, which is kind of showing through. I first turn off the hair layer. Then it's easy to see where the problem lies. Just turn it one. Not all have to be one color. And hopefully that should fix some of the awkwardness. I'm not quite sure about the nose. Okay, that's better. No nose for her. And now the map feels too low again. I think the eyes are also a bit on the big sides. So if I do this, removing part of it, and then we add this one pixel. Well, I think that's enough for today. So I'm gonna end the stream here.